And let's see, Labrynth did win the die roll. Are we gonna see some... Ooh, the end is looking a little shaky, and it's a complete brick from Labrynth with only one face-down card, and it's Called by the Grave, the single copy, the only spell he's playing in the deck. Crazy.
Yeah, it seems as if
you gotta feel bad.
One Labrynth.
Yes, the areas, but yes, the
Nibiru.
I think he's drawn a full monster plus Called by the Grave. Wow.
Start things off with the Snake Eye Ash, and still to be seen because, you know, the Nibiru is there, so he may...
Yeah, he may overextend, but it's very tough for a deck like Labrynth to come back, and you really gotta feel bad for Heraldo. Yeah. What can you do? Gotta keep your composure, and still nothing ensured. But yeah, this is stuff that we have seen plenty of time from Raffaele, who, by the way, as you can notice, these are some of the duelists, and especially Heraldo, who managed to make it with the next free score. So, great job by him.
And here he goes for the Phoenix, discarding the Flamverge. Very interesting line. And yeah, this is the third summon. Oh, but there's the Called by the Grave being chained on the Flamverge, which at least can somehow prevent Raffaele to overextend.
And as this is table 1, actually, and Heraldo was sitting there, this means that Heraldo actually knocked out the #1 seed.
Yeah.
So the curse kind of continues. And yeah, as you mentioned, this is a big Call by the Grave to at least die and stay in this duel as much as possible. And if Raffaele gets too excited and tries to OTK, maybe the Nibiru can come in handy as well. Especially because with the Flamberge gone, that's usually the card you play around Nibiru with.
Yeah, something to keep in mind for Raffaele, who now is on to his 4th summon. And here is committing
Princess, or what is it gonna be?
See.
No, he's trying to go for game, it seems. And as mentioned, this could cost him.
Here may be the moment in which the Nibiru may come down. Just considering these options, but, you know.
I think if you stop and think, you gotta go for it. And yeah, he does drop Nibiru, at least trying to stay in this game.
Yeah.
Nibiru keeping the Labrynth hopes alive. Is there any more plays available to Raffaele to keep pushing? And obviously, there is at least the tempo bringing up the popular. Can he find anything else to push forward? The graveyard is empty from Heraldo. Okay, only a link 1 into Animite Sims. And maybe an SP.
Caldo.
It could be the line that he goes for. And it instead goes for the original. No response And this allows him to push forward. Heraldo.
And yeah, with the Nibiru, you know, still trying to find his way.
Yeah, this is still tough. Obviously, the lack of Flamberge matters quite a bit.
I don't think he has any other interruption, right?
No, I mean, I only saw an Arias, and that's about it. But couldn't quite tell what the car was.
He said the Daruma cannon. Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, desperate means call for desperate measures again, and Heraldo tries to stay in this game with this Daruma cannon. But can he find something off the top? Let's see. And it's the jackback, which is actually pretty nice. Because you can use it either to go into the Typhon, or in this case, it's gonna be linked off into the Anima. And he's gonna take a look at the top 3 cards of his decks. Let's see. You can see him debating a little bit. Can flip summon the Nibiru. Either attack and go for the SP. He has a few interesting options in the actual deck. And as you can see, he's trying to go through what he could do with the cards in his actual deck. He's playing, but only in the side deck, I think, an Unchained Engine. So he doesn't really have access to it at the moment. But yeah, okay, he's just going to go for an SP. On the Temple. And Raffaele is having a think here. You're gonna allow it, or just gonna use the impermanence here to stop the SP.
And I think he's left with 1 card in hand, right?
Yeah, because the SP can only target face-up monsters, so he cannot chain it here. And this is big. Does he have another way to push? Is he gonna keep it? Okay, just attacks over the Oak. Goes to Memphis 2. And the card that he got is going to be the number 1 most important thing. Now he goes into the Typhon. He has the Jack back. And let's see if he shotguns it right away. Doesn't seem like that is the case, so we start things off with the original. And yeah, it seems like he has a lot that he can do.
Yeah, he got the Ash, and he may be free now to combo off. It seems like it only depends on the
trap. But
yeah,
at the moment, Heraldo is not using it. The jackback. Maybe he completely whiffed. That would be absolutely insane considering the end he opened up with only one trap card in a deck that runs an incredible amount. And as you can see now, Raffaele debating, looking over his extra deck. Important match for both of these guys. And he does go into the Mascherena, using the Poplar to bring back the Diabell Star from the graveyard.
I think here also depends on how much he really wants to push, because, you know, again, his opponent may have missed, or maybe he's just waiting for the right moment to activate the Jack back in the graveyard.
Kind of unsure, but yeah, up until now, he's able to continue pushing forward. There is also a chance that there is a second copy of Nibiru, by the way, in the end, given that he completely passed. And that would be a fun way to also continue grinding through this game. And now we go for the dark. Okay.
Interesting.
Let's see if there is a response. Gonna go for the areas, it seems, or the Jack back is going to be chained. What is it gonna be? It's a trap trick. Great option. Oh, did he actually select the Jack back to force it out?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. Because it's essentially like losing a lot of tempo to do it. And unfortunately, he doesn't even get something that he can now force, because the trap trick can just be used to get anything.
Maybe it felt like he really needed to reveal what the Jackback excavated. Because now, yeah, you're basically forcing your opponent to activate the trap trick.
And yeah, he now goes and activate trap trick. A lot of different options from the Daruma itself, if he wants to play it safe, to the Dogmatica Punishment. There are a lot of interesting targets in the deck that can be used. And it's going to be the Punishment, it seems. Yes. And again, similarly, the Punishment has a lot of different targets, from the NTs to destroy both monsters, to Garura to just try and find another draw. And you can tell that he's debating a bit.
Yeah, he activates the punishment on the Ash.
And I think he sent the Tri Brigade into the Garura. Going for the draw. But now the Typhons are exchanged. And yeah, this game turns again into a grind. And now play can resume, and let's see if Heraldo can finally pull something to play the game. Doesn't seem that happy, keeps looking up. Yeah, it seems a little worry.
Okay, he drew the one off. Here he activates the tempo, bringing the oak onto the field. And although Eduardo basically started things off by breaking entirely, here he's still into this game. And yeah, he's trying to stay in this.
Yeah, trying his best. At least now he's gonna get a card back with the lovely. He's going to do the trap trick, and this is actually gonna be closer than we expected, because unless there is an out to whatever card he is going to go for, he could get a 2-for-1 easily, destroying a card with the lovely and using any trap card. Let's see if he wants to go for it right away. But for anyone who missed it, the interaction in the previous turn was due to the fact that he could have sent directly the Garura. Instead, he went for the Bucephalus. And the Typhon negates those effects even in the graveyard, so he couldn't use it to then send the Garura. And maybe a little bit of a sleep up, and he missed on a crucial draw. But yeah. Now we do see the SP, which is why I was thinking we could use the trap trick immediately. And I think I would have liked that.
Would have been better, yeah.
Because now, yeah, it's definitely a bit weaker.
Just at the bell started, and we talked about this during this week and how powerful the card is. And
yeah, you can see here just so much recursion from Snake Eye Diablastar. It wasn't played by every deck since it was released, but yeah, I think it's just as stable at this point. He knows that the last card is a trap trick. And finally the princess comes down. And this is where Heraldo asks for a think, but no, still gonna allow it. And this smells trouble, because you're gonna get a bunch of advantage back. And we might finally get into the Flamberge that has been missing the entire match due to the call by the grave. Yes, there it is. Flamberge making an appearance. And what a game one, by the way, with almost 20 minutes already down the line.
Yeah, a very back and forth one in which both of our players showed us that they really didn't want to lose this one, but it looks promising for Raffaele now.
And yeah, the SP is brought back up. The few cards that obviously outside of the welcome card could be used are mainly the Daruma. Impermanence is not going to be there, so this trap trick is essentially limited to welcome traps or Daruma. Nothing spicier is in the main deck from Heraldo. And finally we move on. What is it going to be? It is the Raging Phoenix. And now the Flamberge brings Chu back from the graveyard.
Brings back 2 pieces, and the extra deck is now, I think, kind of tight because he used a lot of resources. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's pretty much game over because the problem is that he needed to use the Traptic earlier, and now he cannot use it anymore because there is no more Fiend on his side of the field. And since he said it with Lovely, he can only use it while he controls a Fiend, and that should be it. So I'm not sure if Rafael is familiar with it, but I'm sure the judge will catch it if that is the case. And I think, yeah, Heraldo knows, as you can see looking up, that he cannot go for this trap trick. And yeah, he cannot actually activate trap trick in this spot. And this is exactly what the judge is gonna tell him. And yeah, as you can see here, unfortunately, the traptic is not available, and this will pretty much seals the game. Neither players knew about it, or like at least remembered about it. And yeah, this is the pivotal moment. And yeah, he picks up his cards, and it is. Let's see. I do see a few trap cards already. But still 3 more. Okay, no. The end is much better. I do see the Nibiru still, but he has 2. I think both the Stovey and the Chandelier.
Yeah.
And the rollback as well, which works incredibly well with them.
The Roma Cannon as well.
Yeah,
no,
this is a solid end. Yeah. As expected, we drop this transaction and we go get the big welcome.
Yeah, I guess the big welcome may... Okay.
And then we go and normal summon the Chandelier, putting face down another card, which is the Daruma, and passing to his opponent. And we are trying to take a look. I see an Ash Blossom, and that's gonna be really, really strong, at least to stop the big welcome. But the transaction is gonna make sure that that doesn't suffice. The rest of it, I think it's yeah, bonfire. Yeah, this is gonna be a closer one. It's mostly on Heraldo, the way he can sequence his plays. But I think if there is nothing too great in terms of side deck cards from Raffaele, this can be doable.
Yeah, because he has the Ash Blossom for the big welcome. Starts things off with the Snake Eye Ash. No response.
And yeah, for now, he doesn't really need to act. Let's see if we are grabbing the temple. Yeah, that is the case. Makes sense.
Just thinking about it, let's see if... Oh, okay. He goes for the Daruma Cannon right away.
Interesting, yeah. Goes for it immediately. And doesn't go for Chandelier, which is... interesting at the moment. We're gonna follow it up with the temple. Could go again for the Diablo Star if he wants.
This card is so good. Yeah.
And he does. Yeah, makes sense. I think he might have had a wanted, I'm not sure though. And okay, similar, I guess. We can go for the Black Witch, discarding the Flamberge. No interruption. He knows that the last card face down is the big welcome.
This is good news for Raffaele.
Yeah, and it seems like Heraldo is not interested. I'm pretty sure he had the Nibiru, right? Which is also why he would summon the Chandelier to me. Because the Nibiru plus Chandelier works really well. And we are now down to the 4th summon when it comes to Raffaele.
Yeah, gotta be careful with those summons, but I think it will be inevitable to be under Nibiru.
Tense match for sure. Now down to the remaining 15 minutes to see who is going to advance to the top 16. We are going for a Link summon. Gonna check the graveyard. Goes for a Dark. Asking for a response. But with the Flamberge plus Temple set up, he's playing around Nibiru really well at the moment. And now we see the welcome. We know that the Ash Blossom is in the end. And yeah, it's going to be activated. And this is big. Because now the only line of defense in a way is this transaction rollback. And it's costly for sure. Because he's going to be down to 4,000 life points. Yeah. And he goes and copy the big welcome and well,
I mean, still very close.
Yeah, at least now he can get back his monster. Makes sense. So now that he has the combo in hand with the Nibiru, he can go and pop a card. So let's see how this chain of plays will go through.
Oh, there's a Druid Swarm being activated.
Oof.
Okay.
And the Druid Swarm is big. Because as mentioned, Bestials were sided. They are really, really good in this against this version of Labrynth. And yeah, this is looking scary for Heraldo. We might have a quick 2-0.
The Druid Swarm as well is huge.
Yeah.
Raffaele is just, you know, thinking how to go and extend this further. Let's keep in mind that there should be a Nibiru in Heraldo's hand. Here comes the Selene, then the Druid Swarm on the lady.
And yeah, now the line is it's complicated because, again, transaction rollback, amazing card. But when you need to pay 4,000, we know, though, that the last card in hand is the Nibiru.
Yeah. And it is.
And there comes the Nibiru with the Chain of the Chandelier, keeping the hopes of this duel at least a little bit longer there. Comes down to this and still played it amazingly because he kept it all the way down here to try and push. But the only problem is that the Daruma kept the level once at the beginning face down, so we need to look at the graveyard to see if there is anything else that he can bring back. But what a match. They're really trying their best to stay in this.
Yeah, this is a very close one, very well played by both of our players. Still, Raffaele trying to navigate through all the responses from his opponent, but
yeah, it's not quite enough. So as you can see, I'm not sure if he remembered that the graveyard was empty with the original, and now there is a chance to fight back for Heraldo. As you can see, looking up in the sky, he knows that there is an opening, and this is it. What is he gonna go for? Ariane, is there a response to the effect? There is the impermanence. Wow. Let's see though, because as we can see, still the big welcome from the last turn in the graveyard. Very well played by Heraldo, trying his best to come back. And has been successful in doing so up until now in what seemed like an unwinnable game. He now has some favorable chances to actually make it back.
yeah, he's trying with his chances, and I actually see him better now.
And as you can see, he looks up. He's going to discard the transaction rollback, actually. What a pickup from the deck. Huge pickup here from Heraldo. And now he goes for the lady. Only one copy in the deck, by the way. Very interesting approach. And yeah, this was a crazy pickup with the rollback. Down to 1600 life points. But starting to build this comeback up. As he summons the Stovey from the deck. And now we go for the Chaos Angel, getting rid of the Poplar for once and for all. And he moves on. So, well played, at least tried what he could, was rewarded in a way by the top deck. And let's see what Raffaele is gonna try and do.
Well played by him. Yeah. Let's see if Raffaele here now can really find a way, come back into this incredible game 2. What a show off from our players.
7 minutes remain, and this could end in a wild way. Let's see though if there is a chance. Obviously the original can still be used. He's thinking about grabbing the oak. Not much time is ahead in life. Yeah, this is going to be a very close one. Putting Ash back to the bottom.
Oh, he picked up a Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah, but we know that the last face down was the welcome, and
Yeah,
yet it's activated now. No Ash. And this is going to bring back some of the advantage, as we can see here. A lot of recursion, but this snipe might be what it comes down to. Is it going to be the Oak? It's not, and this is the handshake. Wow.